Helen Yee here in Cleveland, being joined by the one and only Sugar Sean O'Malley. Always great to catch up with you. And first off, I love the blue hair. Shout out to Danny, right?
Shout out to Danny. Yeah, she always does fun things with my hair. She gets so excited to do it. I get excited. I love the new looks. But yeah, she killed it.
Yeah, and last time during our interview, your daughter, she was a part of our interview, and she got so many fans' love. How is she doing?
She is so big. It's crazy. Leaving her each time is harder and harder. She's getting so big. It's like she's not a baby anymore. She's like a little girl, and it's a trip. It's wild.
Well, I love seeing all your posts with her. You're such a great dad.
Thank you.
Well, looking at your last fight and the last time we spoke, you are coming off a fight of the night win over Chris Moutinho. And on the Schmozone podcast, you told us that week you wanted to meet Conor McGregor. So did that ever happen? Did you ever encounter him?
It didn't. It was, he was a very intense fight week. When he walked off the scale, we kind of walked past. He walked past me, but he was just, he was somewhere else. He was ready to kill in that mindset. So didn't get a picture there. Ran into him at the club in L.A. 2 or 3 weeks back. He was on his crutches just sitting up there, and he kind of did that kind of thing. We locked eyes a little bit, but haven't got a pic, haven't really got to meet him, not yet.
Well, hopefully that does happen soon. And for Conor, what did you make of how his fight ended?
I didn't even really watch the whole fight. I was in the shower, actually, getting ready to go out. I didn't really get to see exactly what happened. I know. It's funny because even when they were doing I was watching all the lead up, all of the stuff he was putting out, and I seen after his workout he would go in and sit in the cold plunge, and then he would go put his robe on, sit in his chair, and then put his feet in the ice buckets. I was like, damn, he must have hurt his foot or something in camp. So I kind of saw that before the fight, and then he obviously came out with all the stuff about his shin or his ankle or whatever. It's a rough sport.
Well, I know you're a huge fan of his, so when he does return, where do you think he should go, or who do you think he should fight?
Great question. I think he said he's fighting for the belt when he comes back, right? I don't know. 155, I think, is a good weight class. I mean, Chandler, Gaethje, all those guys are such tough fights. I mean, I think one of the better fights for him would have been Oliveira. But, he's not going to get that fight. Maybe Dustin beats Oliveira versus Conor. I don't know. Good question. I have no idea. I guarantee you whoever he fights, I'm going to be excited for.
But all your fans are excited for your return, and there's always so much going on in your division. I know the other day on the Bro Malley show, you talked about how TJ turned you down when Chael offered you guys a grappling match. Did that surprise you at all?
He said, hey, you want to grapple against TJ Dominic? I said, either. Yeah, that'd be great. And both kind of didn't want that match. So when he said I have holes in my game, I don't know if he didn't actually mean that. I think he just didn't know what to say. Like, I'm not going to be champion, I have holes in my game. It was something very stupid to say, and I think he probably was like, yeah, that didn't make sense. But yeah, what do you mean I got holes in my game? Doesn't make sense.
Well, I think Chael on his YouTube channel, because he's always very supportive of you, I think he kind of questioned that too and said he doesn't see any holes in your game. So what do you make of Chael being very supportive of your career?
Yeah, Chael's the man. I've always, I've loved watching. I've watched every Chael interview, the montages of his best moments, him on I've watched everything on Chael. I watch his YouTube channel all the time. So it is cool to have someone like that have support for me, but I think Chael's he's not doing it just because he likes me. I think he's just giving his honest opinion that he sees true, legitimate skills in me, and he sees all these guys barking out, saying they want to fight me. They're just calling me out in the dumbest ways. Like, it's so embarrassing how some of these guys call me out. It's kind of pathetic, but it shows like they're following, and then their call outs. It kind of shows, you can't expect much from guys that are 5'4".
Well, lastly, we are here for Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. You were at the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight. How do you think this fight will be different, if it will, than that fight?
I don't think Tyron's a different athlete than Ben Askren. I just don't think, Ben had. I wasn't surprised when Jake knocked. I kind of was, just because it was fast. It was a big build-up. It was crazy. But if Jake knocks out Woodley in the first round, I'd be very, very impressed. I don't want to say surprised. We haven't seen much of Jake, so it's hard to say. I think boxing skills, he's technically probably been doing straight real boxing longer than Woodley. He's probably got more skills than Woodley in a boxing ring, but Woodley obviously has a ton of fight experience, but Ben Askren had way more experience fighting than Jake, and Jake put his lights out in the first round. So I'm expecting it to be a good fight. I think they're both going to be tougher than they think. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a good fight.
And what do you think about Jake's hit list, which includes Kamaru Usman and even Canelo?
He dreams big. That's how he got to where he's at right now. He dreams big. He's not afraid to say it. And he wasn't saying I'm going to fight Canelo next week, next month, next year. He said I want to grind and get good and work my way up. I bet Canelo's third or fourth pro fight wasn't someone as accoladed as Woodley. Like, Jake's fighting a tough dude for his fourth pro fight. So I think we're gonna see a good scrap, and who he calls out next, I'm excited for. Is it gonna be Fury? I don't know. I don't even know if that's enough of an exciting fight for him. If it's a big enough fight, I don't think it'll be as big of a fight as Woodley or Askren, really. But I mean, I'm gonna watch fucking regardless. So we'll see.
Well, he has options, as do you, for your upcoming fight. So what would you like to let all your fans know who can't wait to watch your return?
Yeah, December 11th is the plan. My hand is still very sore, very bruised. Not very bruised. I was thinking it was feeling actually quite a bit better, and I punched Tim's hand today at the seminar, and it flared up on me a little bit. It hurts. It's still pretty sore. So hopefully December 11th will be the next one, Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. Who? I don't know. Doesn't really matter.